Welcome back, my friends, to TikTok's Tastiest, the series where I find the most delicious, most sought after gems of recipes on the internet, so you don't have to. Today we are recreating Asian Test Kitchen's extra crispy Korean fried chicken wings. That is a beautiful string of words, isn't it? Now let's go! Now, before we get started, just take a moment to appreciate my iced coffee, as you see here before you. I don't care if it's 50 degrees below freezing outside, I'm drinking iced coffee, no matter what. It's just how I roll. Man, it just hits right, you know what I mean? All right, obviously starting with our chicken wings here. You know what one of the worst things in the world is? When this thing comes off with it. I don't want to touch that, I don't want to see it, I don't want it in my life. I don't want to dream about it. Whatever that thing is, I know it's supposed to be in there, we need it, but I don't like it. Chicken wings! Now, I know this is something that America loves, Lawry's seasoned salt, which you're gonna watch me taste for the first time. You know, I'm sure I've had it, right? But like it was in a dish or something, like I haven't bought it and just eaten it. So, I know a lot of people like it. Let's see what the hype is about. Dang, okay, I see. That is way better than I expected it to be. Salt, sugar, spices, including paprika, celery seed, turmeric even. Wow. I really get the celery seed, which I like. Onion, cornstarch. I'm not sure why the cornstarch needs to be in there, but it's there. So let's make it feel welcome. Garlic, and then a bunch of stuff I can't pronounce and don't want to think about. All right. It's interesting for me to be following recipes. I'm going in with that Lawry's. Next up, we got a little bit of cayenne for some heat, for some kick. And you can adjust this if you're someone who doesn't like spice. Don't put it at all, or just put a really little bit. Obviously, the recipe will be in the description. Cayenne going in. Toss as I go here. Now, last but not least, Master Sergeant Gilbert reporting for duty. That's just, oh gosh. That's black pepper if you're new around here. Oh, God, man, it really is just frustrating to use. Oh God, old Sergeant. Such a much better job, man. Now, we just give it a little toss, and then it's time to marinate. I didn't really see any instructions on her website about how long to marinate these for. Not really a marinate. I guess it's just more of like a dry rub is what it is, but I'm just gonna do it for like maybe 2 to 4 hours, and by 2 to 4 hours, I mean I'm gonna do it right now. But obviously, if you have the foresight, marinate them for a couple hours or overnight. Although there is salt in here, I wouldn't do it too long. I would go 12 hours tops. Just me personally thinking about it. Now, we're gonna fry, okay? We're gonna fry them. And I fry now with avocado oil. I started doing this kind of recently actually, and I buy this at Costco, so otherwise there's no way I could do this buying at a supermarket. Even with my billionaire lifestyle, it's just, I just can't do it. I'm not a billionaire. Actually, I need money right now. I need money. I really feel like I'm balling when I do this, man, you know? That's what it's like, man, money! And so with this, guys, I don't want to fill it up too much. With frying, like half full really is enough, because I don't want it to bubble over, especially when you're frying at home. Easy to do. That looks good. And so that's a lot of avocado oil in there, right? And what I'll do with this after I'm done frying, I'll run it through a funnel over a strainer back into this bottle right here. That way I can reuse it 4 to 5 times and get my money's worth. And some of you may be thinking, why not just use cheap oil from the supermarket? Because that stuff will literally kill you, man. Stay away from that stuff. That vegetable oil is just hydrogenated soybean oil, most of it. Terrible, right? Like if you want to fry stuff, I don't know, just do your best to avoid those really cheap oils, you know? I care about you. I don't know you, but I care about you. I don't want you to get sick. All right, moving on here to phase 2. Cornstarch, which probably isn't great for you either, but hey, it's better than the oil. And some rice flour, same thing. And what we're doing here is we're making a slurry. And when I was talking to this wonderful creator before making this post, I got really excited because it reminded me of this crispy beef salad I used to make. And I would do a really similar thing with this slurry. It's gonna make a kind of a wet batter, right? And when you use these kind of wet batters to fry something, it will be the kind of crunch on the exterior that holds up to a wet sauce. Meaning you can dunk these wings in sauce, take them to your grandmother's house who lives 4 hours away. I don't know why you guys don't move grandma closer, that would be nice. And they'll still be crispy, right? That's cool. That's cool. And now, as simple as this, we just add water and mix it in. I'm doing something a little different than her because I have more wings, but I'm gonna post her exact recipe in the description so you all know what's up. I would say this is like not as thick as pancake batter, but a little thicker than crepe batter, right? You can see that? It's gonna coat something real nice. I can just tell. And when you make these kind of slurries using these starches like cornstarch or rice or potato or what have you, the water and the starch itself will separate and all that starch will fall to the bottom. So before you dip your wings, always make sure you stir it. I'm just gonna keep my whisk in there so I can mix it. Got it? Now set yourself up to win. So I got a sheet pan there so I don't make a big mess on my stove underneath. I got my wings, I got my batter, I got my oil, and I got my spot to drain them, right? So just have all that ready. Oh, and I got my spider, right? That's for draining out the oil. Really handy to have one of these as they are designed to like let the oil or whatever just drip away really easily. And so her method is a double fry on these. And she does the first fry at 325 degrees Fahrenheit. Celsius is right there. But since we're frying at home in such a small pot, you want to go over to about like 350, 360, because when you put in the wings, it's going to drop the temp of the oil quite drastically, actually. In restaurants, when we're using huge amounts of oil and huge fryers designed not to do that, we don't have to worry about it. But when we're frying at home, that's something we really need to think about. So I'm going to bring this up to 350 and then I'm going to drop some. Now again, mix right before you do this. There we go. Take a wing and dip it in and just let it drain for a second, right? That looks good. And into the oil it goes. Now I'm only gonna do about 5 at a time so I don't lose the heat on my oil. Also, like I said, you gotta be careful about it boiling over. That's perfect. Now once these are rolling, we just wanna maintain around 325. You see how I overcompensated at 350? We're now like right on par, 327, nice. And so I just had to turn the heat down, right? When I'm frying, I'm constantly temping the oil and then I'm turning the heat up or down as I need. That's how you do it at home. You just have to do that. I really encourage you guys to follow Asian Test Kitchen. She is awesome. And these wings actually won a competition. I would definitely go check out her blog. I will put a link to it in the description. She has so many amazing recipes over there for you to enjoy, so I would go check them out for sure. All right, there we go. 6 minutes on that first fry. And now we're gonna let them rest while we fry the rest. This is a classic double fry technique. It really is how you get the crispiest stuff out of the fryer, including French fries and many other things that you love. Okay, now let's go over the ingredients for the sauce. It's all about the sauce. Sriracha, fish sauce. Dark soy sauce, but you can just use whatever kind of soy sauce you have in your cupboard. Don't feel excluded, although that's good stuff. Red pepper flakes, a little bit of honey, garlic butter, and sugar. And as she notes in her blog, we can just add a little bit of water if the sauce gets too thick. Water is a fantastic ingredient that we forget about a lot of the time. All right, now let's mix it up. Woo! I love fish sauce. Last thing we need to do here, my friends, is just to chop up this garlic and we're ready to finish the dish. And I swear to you, you do not need to buy any kind of like dumb garlic peeling device. I'm sorry, that's just my opinion. If it helps you, then maybe I'm wrong. But look, you just take it like this, all in real time here. You just go like that, right? Pinch the top right here, pop right out. Just like so, look. So why do you need a tool when you can just do that? If it doesn't come out, one little rub, and there it is. And now I like to take off this little hard bit on the end. Don't need that on there. And then from here, I'm just gonna run my knife through. And I'll just keep running my knife through until I get it to a nice size. You don't want it to be too small. When you're putting it in a sauce like this, it'll just stick to the bottom of the pan. But we don't want it too big either, right? Of course, I could take my knife, I could puree it, but I'm not trying to do that. That looks perfect. We'll leave it at that. Now, medium heat pan, butter. I'm having a blast, man. Now, when the butter melts, add your garlic. Now just cook for 90 seconds. And then we add our sauce. Now just reduce for a minute or two, or until it's nice and thick. Now, we're gonna fry our wings a final time at 375 degrees Fahrenheit. And we wanna overcompensate again, but not as much, because the wings were cold the first time they went into the fryer, right? Now they're not. So we'll just go over by about 10 degrees or so. So 385, 390 maybe, and we're good. And here we go. For just 2 minutes this time. And now I'll just drain them on some paper towel and add to the sauce. Toss. And they're done. Now let's plate up. These look so freaking good. Exciting. Very, very exciting. I made a naked one just to try too. All right, let's try a sauced one. Are you serious? Oh my God. Oh my God. Man, this one is scoring high. 9.8 out of 10. Do yourself a favor. Make these wings. They are unbelievable. And I'm gonna love them for the rest of my life. And you should too. Until next time, you know I love you and I'm out.